Okay guys, so today we are going to learn how to fix this issue. That right there is this guy, one-way bearing issue. So let's get out of here. So we're going to unplug a couple of fuel lines. What we're going to do is just loop this so that way we can turn the truck whatever way we want and have fuel not leak absolutely everywhere. Hang on a second, I fixed up my camera lens, it's dirty. Okay, that's better. All right, so we're going to do that. I don't think we have to take the fuel tank off. Pretty sure we don't. Oh, I think I need pliers for that guy there. I'm going to yank out these clips. 1 and 2. Need a third hand. Hand job. And this guy right here, you don't often have to unscrew it. You can just kind of lift this out of the way. And then we're going to yank off the air filter. Nice and easy like. Then we need them pliers. I'm going to get down in here. Pull off the throttle arm. Or at least try to. There we go. Pops that off. And next we got to take off the exhaust, which I believe is 2.5 millimeter. Let's see here. Ugh. You don't have to take that screw all the way out. It is a good idea to put a little bit of Loctite blue on there once in a while to keep that from flopping around. Next, we are going to flip said truck over. We're going to use 3.0 millimeter, and there's 4 screws. That guy there, that guy there, and then there's inside, if I could get to it. Might not be able to see it in there. Anyways, I'll get those screws out and come right back. Okay, we're back. So those 4 screws are removed. Oh, do that. And usually, should be able to grab onto the engine and yank her out just like that. There we go. That wasn't so hard. And then you just put the truck somewhere so it's not in your way. Okay, we're back again. And we're going to need our one-way bearing and some sandpaper. And we're going to need our 2.0. We have 3 screws. So a lot of the times when this does happen, you don't have to take the screws all the way out. They'll usually stay in the plastic body. When this does happen, it's usually a symptom of the one-way bearing has got a bunch of oil on it, like castor oil from the fuel. And that will create a slippery environment and it won't want to grab, because one-way bearings are essentially just a one-way clutch, like a sprag, what you'd find in an automatic transmission. So it'll freewheel one direction but not the other. There it is. So when you're going to look at it, you see how there's that shoulder pointing upwards? That shoulder faces in, just like this, because what will happen is if you put this guy backwards, it just won't spin the engine. But it'll kind of do it if I grab on it with my fingers, but there is kind of dead spots in it. So we'll take that guy out. Now, I don't have any brake parts cleaner left, and because of our lovely government, they fucked up the brake clean here really badly. So it's just acetone, it doesn't clean shit anymore. You clean this guy up right here, really good. And you take, if there's a whole bunch of big grooves on it, and you can feel them with your fingernail, it's probably because it's wore out. But if you can't, take yourself a little bit of sandpaper. I'm using, I think this is 600, or no, 800. We're just gonna, just a little bit of buff, not much. Just enough to break that glaze on here. That's all you're trying to do. Don't go using Dremels and grinders and stupid shit like that, because that's not how the fuck you're supposed to do it. Alright. There is something also important. I have to be right back. Okay, so what we're going to need is a little bit of liquid wrench here. I usually use automatic transmission fluid for this, but I don't have any. And just That much. Little tiny bit. Because this is, like I said, a bearing. Those ball bearings do spin in the opposite direction when the engine's running at a high rate of speed. So I put this guy on there. Like I said, the shoulder side faces in. Pay attention. Sometimes what will happen is the gear case inside will get smashed. Especially if you're an idiot and the engine's flooded and you try to crank it, you'll end up destroying the one-way bearings and breaking the gears in here. So if it's flooded and you keep trying to push it, just back the glow plug out and try again. That will reduce the compression a little bit and make it a little easier to start. So we're going to put on our roto start. Personally, I like pull starts rather because you don't have to worry about batteries and you can feel if there's something wrong with the engine. You know what I mean? You can feel if there's something happened to it or if it's flooded or whatever. And that way you can also feel when you get it past top dead center or after top dead center to keep the piston near bottom dead center near a cool or after a cool down to keep the piston from getting pinched at top dead center. And with these screws, you don't need to tighten the fuck out of it. Because if you do, you'll crush that housing and you'll be really pissed off at yourself. Let's try it out. Ah, look at that. See, all fixed straight up. No problem at all. Just like brand new. And it's just the reverse of assembly. You put the engine back in. Let's even do that together. So these right here, these one-way bearings, I will talk about this for a minute, is, let's see if we can read that on there. If you look really closely, I know you guys love my fingernails, you fucking whack jobs, but anyways. See, it says Germany. There's a part number on there, you see that? So what you could always do is order that part number. And then if you have a hydraulic press, go check out JP's RC. Okay, go check out his channel. He's got a great YouTube channel. He's a buddy of mine that lives up north from me a little bit, about 12 hours away. And actually, he shows how to rebuild these. You know what? Let me write that down for you guys because it is kind of a different spelling. So just give me a minute here. I'm just going to find myself a pen and some paper. Oh, rip off the lid off the old beer box here. There we go. There. Okay. So J... and it's apostrophe P RC. JP's RC. Go check him out on YouTube. Wicked cool guy. He's got all sorts. Guy's got freaking everything. He's amazing. Wicked guy. I've done deals with him. I actually got a box of stuff I'm going to send to him when I have a little bit extra money. But, all right, let's get this show on the road here. So we're going to put the engine back in. Okay. Fucking disaster. Oh, that fucking negative energy's back, man. Come on now. Tired of playing with you. Alright. So, engine back in. Pretty simple. You just got to grab it. You might have to hawk to on that thing a little bit. Oops. Out of focus here. Dump it right back in. You got to wiggle it a little bit and kind of... you got to do that a little bit with it, right? Because otherwise it's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass. So, what we got to do now, flip the guy over, put a couple screws back in, and you will have to set gear mesh. So you'll have to kind of hold the engine and adjust the engine to the gears a little bit. And I'll kind of try to explain that as I go here. But, so, again with our 3mm. Man, Gimpy's starting to give up big time. There's the screw holes right there. There's a disc brake conversion on this, so it's got dual disc brakes, which is much better. So you to hold the engine up, drop your screws because that's what you're supposed to do. And then I'm going to pause this because you guys, I'm sure, know what screws go and look like. Okay, so the screws are in, but they're not tight. They're just barely finger tight. So we got to adjust the gear mesh. You can hear it's a little bit too tight. So you got to kind of, you can see that. You got to, if you go too far in, the gears are going to want to grind. If you go too far out, it'll essentially work fine, but the thing is that the engagement point will be wrong, and you'll strip out your spur gear. So you want to get somewhere kind of in there close, and you want to try to get those teeth, because they could sit like this and work, or they could sit like that and work, but you want to try to get them as square to each other and as close as possible with a smooth rolling action. And that way you won't have to go, oh my god, plastic spur gears, I keep burning through them. Set your gear mesh and you won't have a problem. Okay, so gears are tightened. Well, adjusted correctly. Anyways, so next we got to do is grab our throttle arm. Let's see here, and you're going to snap that guy. Try to do this with one hand. Back on. Make sure that your throttle can open and close freely without any binding, because the last thing you want is a runaway, because that's super annoying when that happens. We're going to replace our fuel line. Pretty sure you guys know how to do that. If you don't, well, you just learned how. And we got our exhaust pressure tube. Drop your pipe back on its hanger. Grab your 2mm. Give that a guy good and tight. First time tight, second time all right. What else are we gonna do? That's on, that's on. Then we're gonna put our, wherever the fuck the top thing went here. I found the clips for it. Oh, we need an air cleaner, because you should not be driving around without one, because sucking up dirt is a bad thing. And those K&N style air filters, throw them in the garbage. They don't fucking filter worth a shit. Use oiled foam is the best. And that's pretty much about it for now. Anyways, I've just searched for the past 10 minutes looking for where the fuck that thing went. But I have no idea. I heard it fall off and it's gone. Ceases to exist. But I have the clips for it, so make sure you put that thing back in with the clips to hold it. Well, holy shit, it was right there the whole bloody time. Imagine that. Stunned. I must be stunned today. Piss all over it a little bit. How does this thing go? I think it went that way, did it not? I can't remember. Nope, went the other way. Like that. Couple of clips. And those go in the back to hold everything down in there. So I'm sure you guys can understand how that works. But anyways, guys, hopefully that helps some of you guys out that don't know what to do when it comes to a worn out or bad one-way bearing. Sorry, I don't have the part number. It came in a generic plastic bag, so I don't know what the part number is, but I think Eddie found it on Amazon somewhere. Yeah, fuck off. HPI 4.6. I think the 5, no, that's, what is it, the 4.6, 4.1, 25, and something else all take the same. A lot of these Forest type engines do take the same one-way bearings, so I think even the ones for the 15s and 18s work. But anyways, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Hopefully that helps out. And keep on burning nitro out there. There will be more video on this truck, which is one of the ones that Ed got for near free not that long ago that I revived and got running again. So, anyways, guys, happy Friday. Cheers and beers. And we'll talk at you later. Have a good one out there. Look at this fucking place. What a disaster.